In this video we're going to be installing the Lightailing lighting kit for the NASA Apollo Lunar Lander, kit 10266. As you can see, I've already unpacked everything. Fairly simple string of lights. Give them a quick test with my handy USB charger. All works fine. Also prepared with tweezers and snake nose pliers just for those fiddly bits, and of course the kit itself. Now, looking at the lighting sets, I don't think this is actually going to be too difficult, so we shall see. Okay, let's have a look. So the first thing it wants us to do is remove the lander from the base. Should put the base to one side, I don't need that. And remove the top module. Pops up nice and easily. And actually put that to one side for now, as we're focusing on the main landing module itself. So what are we starting with? We're starting with these two pieces. And they need to feed in through the top, but where do they end up? Okay, so alright, so that need to feed in through there, and don't think it matters since that's all pretty symmetrical. While we're looking at this orientation, yeah, I think, oh right, yeah, they're sitting on these tan plates. There's one there and one there. So, feed this through. Again, let's see, they're taking it in from, where is the ladder? We seem to have lost the ladder. Oh, that's, yeah, because it's just flipped over. So yeah, we're taking it that way in. So feed that down through there, and feed them both through, and flip it over. And then the second one, pops on there, and the first one at the end of the cable, pops on the end there, and just took that cable down underneath. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right, looks like we need the top half now. And this needs to be dismantled a bit more. So pulling the two side pieces off. And hopefully these pop off quite easily. And then right, looks like, not sure why we're moving this, but looks like we're moving. Oh. Yeah, I think this is all going to come off in one piece. So. Yeah, this might be a bit annoying, but we shall see. Try and keep those pieces together. Actually, put all this back together. Hopefully go back together in one piece. And then that comes out, and that comes off, and those pieces. Again, just for speed and convenience, put these pieces back together best we can, which that's about as good as we're going to get. Oh, and it's taken these pieces off as well. I'm assuming this is for cable management. Okay, right, next set of lights, and this might complicate matters a little bit because this is now essentially going to attach this top section to the bottom section by a cable. And what this is wanting us to do is peel off this sticky back, which is quite unusual for Lightailing. They don't tend to use sticky pieces. Okay, they want us to stick it onto those flat pieces in there, which I have to admit, being a bit of a Lego purist, I'm not overly impressed with, but I'm assuming it was the only way they could do this particular build. Just make sure I get this the right way around, because they're taking it in from that side, and then that pops in like that. And yeah, when that's going through, oh no, it's going through there, so it's hooking around that lug there, and then just running down the side. So, yeah, they're going to use that smooth plate being removed. To hold it in place, and this is where it gets a bit fiddly. Yeah, that looks like got it. Okay, so we now have that attached. Next, look at this piece and these three, and it looks like these just pop in. Okay. Yes, it does something a bit weird with the cable management there, but so yeah, these are just popping in like so. They've sort of twisted the cables down. I can't really see a nice way to do that, but just push them down and we'll see how it looks once it's all back together. And then that's going off over there. And okay, they've actually hooked it, looped it around this piece. Alright, yeah, so they've taken these two little black pieces off, and then hook that round, holds that in place. I'm just going to try to make it a little bit neater. I'm trying to see if I can get it to curve around that space there, and then that should push back on nicely there, and yeah. Hopefully hold. No, I just have to put them back on the right way around. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, hold that nicely in place there. So what? Okay, that's there. Right, so they've now dismantled it even more. Okay. Because these are going in the end of these. So let's pop it out. Now I have 4 of them. What's not very clear is which ones they're wanting to put in there. Okay, right. What I've actually done, I've taken taking that section off and disconnected. I don't see why they're disconnected those, which we'll see. I think why. Yeah. I think they're going to feed. Oh, this doesn't want to come off. This really does not want to come off. Gentle persuasion. There we go. They're always handy having the pliers to hand and the tweezers. Same on the other side. Right. So, try not to get the cables tangled. And put that back on. So, with that in that orientation, and pops in there, and taking the cables that way. What I'm actually going to do, I think they might actually do this, but again it's difficult to tell. Pop that off as well. So what you can actually do here is take those 2 cables, feed it between the prongs, and then clip that back in, and it'll hold those cables nicely in place. And then this take that round the back and do the same thing with the prongs on this piece. So those cables tucked away, and see, actually go on a bit easier. Doesn't want to go back. Why not? There's plenty of space for the cables. I think it's just, yeah, there we go. So, and the piece is falling off. So, and it's getting a little bit messy here. What you can see there is the cables now feed through this little arm piece, and the arm still moves. But those cables are nice and neat. We'll see what it does with the rest of it. Now the question is, that's that one, which is the first one on, first of the 4, but I'm just conscious if I put the second of the 4 on there, is that going to be enough slack? That runs along the bottom. It seems to imply it is going to be the second of the 4, so actually what I'm tempted to do here, if that is the case, bear in mind all these cables. Oh, is tuck this one under there along with those others, and then do the same on this side. Again, just stops it popping away. So now that just sits across. Take that off. Right, let's see if this works. So that one goes there. So that one, yeah. And then hooks up. Actually, I need both of those cables to hook back up through there. Yeah, looks like it will. Oh, yeah, it's pretty tight. Yeah, that's it does fit quite well. Yeah, the only slight thing with this. Right, I see what I've done. Yeah, put that one the wrong way around. So, yeah. So yeah, that light should have been pointing downwards. It just means looping that round a bit and again makes this cable even tighter. But hopefully once it's clicked in, that's it. Yeah, there's not a lot of slack. Yeah, turn that slightly that way, it's a bit better. Right. So yeah, now we have both lights on the same side, which is what you want. Symmetry. Right, and let's see where those two are going to go. Where do those two go? Right, it looks like they're feeding back through the rest of the thing because this is now being put back together. So that goes back onto there. Hopefully this dropped off. Hopefully this mess of cable will get sorted out. We'll see. Right, and that pops onto. No, it pops on that way. Hang on a second. Let's just quickly check. Yeah, it's definitely the right side. So why doesn't that go back on? Because what's happening is those lights at the base are now stopping this clicking back into position. Because there's now this huge gap on the base, which actually looking at that is intentional. Gotta admit, I'm starting to be less impressed with this kit. What I'm actually tempted to do, see what they've done. The reason they've done that is because the LEDs are pointing out that way. But Right, well, we'll see, but the problem now is this piece will fall off at the slightest breath. Do you think they could have come up with a better option for that one? Even if they just put the LEDs the other way around, so you could pop it in facing outwards. But we'll see, might be able to work out another way to do it. But yeah, that's not good. Right, so now what it's, yeah, see, this is already popping out, it's ridiculous. Actually, I've got a cunning plan. Take that out. That's better. Not ideal, but yeah, removing that plate means that's now got space to sit in there. So what I could do is put a couple of 1x2 plates either side to hide the fact that that plate is no longer there, which I may end up doing. But I'll just continue with this for now. Actually, this needs to pop off anyway. And I have forgotten to prepare my Lego removal tool, but I'll see if I can manage with my fingers for now. So yeah, they all go down there. And yeah, see if we can get them in. Yep, that's worked out quite nicely. And all of these feed back this way. Yeah, and yes, it does look like those two should be dangling on that side. Okay, I'll push that across there. Put this piece back in, and the rest of this goes back on. So yeah, you didn't really need to remove this piece at all. All those. You probably could have got with just removing that piece, to be perfectly honest. Okay. And now we go to the other side and similar thing. Right, based off what's just happened on the other side, I'm not going to dismantle the rest of that. I'm just going to pull these two flat pieces off. Right. Trust me for trying to be clever. What's actually happening here is this is cutting across there. So yeah, that did need to come off. But I'll just pop that back on. Pop that back on. And right, so what do we have? So now I want this other side piece. That's interesting. Yeah. Pop those two panels off and make sure to remember which way around they go. And then try not to destroy the whole thing. Separate that in half. And again, dismantling these. I think what's going to happen here, essentially doing same as we did on the other side with those lights. so you can get them out the right way this time. So that's connected there. And pops on the bottom there, and then we've got the same little trick of looping it and putting it through those prongs and then looping it through. And yeah, and looping that round there, feeding those wires between those prongs and popping this back in. Try not to catch the wires in the process. That's it. I'll put those pieces back. Okay. And then, yeah, essentially do the same thing on the other side. And again, not a lot of slack. So yeah, it's going to sit like that. Try and get the right orientation. Right, pops on the bottom. Let's turn it around so the cable's pointing in the right direction. Hook that through. It's in there. And yeah, there is not a lot of slack there at all. Just going to pop this out. And what I might end up doing, see if I can feed it behind these bricks or under these bricks. That will give me a little bit more play, I think. Because yeah, it's not giving me much to work with. Yeah, actually that's not reaching at all. So, won't come off. See, it will reach if I don't feed it through. That is incredibly tight. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is leave that one out. Let's see what we've got now. So rather than do what we've done on the other side and feed it through both ends of that black piece, now just fed it through one end of it, which is the end where the light. My camera stopped for absolutely no reason. So yeah, what we now have, just plugged it in just to see if it all works, and we have lights. I'm not sure how much that's going to show up on camera. Lights in here. There we go. You can see the 4 engine lights, nice blue lights, those annoying ones, and you can just make out the little interior light. If I bring that closer, you can see the interior is lit up quite nicely. And you can see the glow from the lights under the landing pad. Okay, let's turn these lights back on. Okay, what I'm going to try and do is see if I can get this USB cable down through the centre so it all just comes out of the bottom rather than dangling over the side. But it's looking a bit tight. I'm trying not to dismantle too much of it. Can help it. Ironically, I think one of the things that might be stopping it is the light itself. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's pop this light out. See how we get on. Getting there. Oh. Just going to put this guy out briefly. There we go. And yeah. Unfortunately, that's not going to get that through. Yeah. There's those tanks in there. I suppose this pops off nicely. I see, yeah. So, yeah, that's my work, actually. Right, yeah. Quite a lot of effort, considering what I'm trying to do here, but yeah, so what I need to do is get this oil. Actually. This guy doesn't know when to come out. So let's see. Alright, that's both of them. I wonder if that's actually enough to do what I need to do. So I can get that. That way. That's just one. Actually, yeah, that's just one big piece. That makes life a lot easier. So, yeah, do that. Put that back Yep. Then let's put that through there. And yeah, try and get everything tangled up in the process. Right, now I just need to repair all this. So this clean little mechanism they've used to hold this in place. And then, yeah, so those two pieces went on like so. Right, that's just loose anyway. And then it's on like so. Right. So now we have the USB coming through the base, which was the point of that whole exercise. Which means what I can now do is pull the rest of these cables through. Off to one side. Actually, can I put that under there? So it's not projecting out underneath the kit. See if that works, or is that going to be too... Yeah, I think we've designed it so these cables find it easier to come out top than the bottom, but yeah, that's fine. And then just pop this engine back in. Okay. And then now we have all these cables. Look what I can do. Yeah. Oh, there's limited options in terms of tagging them up, I think. Essentially just going to have to possibly loop them around that a little bit. By orientation. Okay, that's the engine popped off. Alright, so that needs to go that way. Yeah, I could probably do with a cable tie or something to help control this mess. But it's getting there. There we go. That's reconnected. Actually, I'll put him up here and put that back where it came off. Okay. We shall have that spare piece, although to be fair you can barely tell where it's come off. I may still end up replacing that with some 2x1 grey plates, but other than that it looks fairly neat actually. Yes, you can see the cables on the thrusters, but pretty much everything else is internal. I'm just going to make sure these position correctly again, and then get the base. last quick test.